how many people want to make more money this year? I went from a place of making less than $13,000 a year to making millions of dollars and helping other people do the same. I struggled with depression, suicidal tendencies, porn addictions, all that stuff. Welcome to the New Year's alignment. What we're going to be doing is an alignment. We do this every year, and it's really powerful on getting yourself focused to attain your goals really, really fast. Oh, this is so important. How many can we share this? Yeah, I'll actually set up a way that if you want to share it with a friend or something, that you can share it for the next couple days or something. So this is really good for team members, family members, anybody that you really want to help get momentum in their life and get focused. I'm going to share a little bit of context, teach just a little bit, and then we're going to dive in. Okay. So you need pencil, paper, something to write on. We're going to be doing a lot of writing in this one. And then we're going to be doing a lot of aligning to that. So we're going to be mixing up like 3 different things. The first thing is all about clarity. Clarity is super powerful because if you don't know what you want, it's hard to get it, right? For those of you who are new to the world of alignment, my name's Tyler Watson, and I've been aligning and doing, coaching for over 10 years. And my big thing is that there's a faster way to attain your goals. And it's all comes down to your fight, flight responses in your body, allergies and addictions. So today we're going to map out your ideal 2024 and then work through any fight, flight responses so you can nail it as fast as humanly possible. How many are down for that? How many are down for a really good, powerful year? All right, let's do this. So with that, let's dive in. Now, here is a little bit of the context. Some of you know this already, but this will just be a little bit of a refresher. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So when you think about your goals, we're not going to do this like most people. Some of it might be similar, but this is going to be different in that no matter if you've already written out your goals or if you're already focused on them, we want to do this in a way that you can go deeper and get to where you can really master this year. This is the beginning of the year. So we're going to make it really, really epic. Yeah. Okay. Here's how. Everything starts with this equation. This is the unstoppable equation. What this represents is the speed at which you can attain your goals. So if I want to attain something as fast as humanly possible, but I'm taking a long time, it's because of this equation. And what it is skills multiplied by work plus focus divided by your allergies and addictions. Now, what does that mean? It means everybody's got skills or is always improving skills. These are the linear things. These are like the knowledge on how to make money, wealth, health, relationships, the how to, right? But if you want to actually like create a way that lasts and you don't feel like it's taking forever, you got to work on the bottom of this. And what happens is our bodies fight the things that you want. Anyone ever felt like you should be further ahead, or that things are harder than they should be, or there's random stuff happens to keep you from your goals? So if that's happening, there's obviously something going on. Okay. So we want to make sure that everybody can be as powerful as possible to attain your goals as quickly as possible. So today we are going to work on the top of the equation, on the focus piece. We're going to help you get really clear on what it is that you're focused on this year. And then we're going to crush out these fight, flight responses towards it so that you can go through and move forward with a lot more power. Sound good? So with that, here's the best way to get what you're going to get out of this. Now, with what we're doing, people literally have paid me upwards of $100,000 to do these types of processes with them. So you're at your home or wherever you're at, work, whatever you're doing, and I'm going to encourage you to get really present, okay? To get the best out of this, you need to put the most energy in. The more energy you put in, the more you'll get out. The more energy you put in, the more you get out. Energy is not a limited thing. Many of us think the more energy I give, the less I have, which is completely false. In fact, the more energy you give, the more you get, as long as you start to align to that idea. Get present and don't just play halfway. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I want to get the most out of this experience, I need to be present, I need to be conscious, and I need to, in the state that I'm doing it, if I'm like, all right, let's see who this little kid, Tyler, with his sweatshirt and just chilling. Like, I don't know if this is going to do anything, but my friend told me about this. I don't know if it's any good. If you're slouched and you're like, well, let's just give it a shot. And you're like, okay. And we get to the aligning. Some of you have no idea what this is yet, but you'll be like tapping and breathing and smiling. It's totally weird. And I'll describe why it works. But if you do it with that kind of mentality, how you do one thing is how you do everything. How many people want to make more money this year? Like sell something, you want to make more money, you want to improve your job, something around finances. Okay. Quick story, very fast. For those who don't know me, I went from a place of making less than $13,000 a year to making millions of dollars and helping other people do the same. How did I do that? And having a family, which is a huge deal. Some people can do that, but they're single, which is okay. But man, when they can do it, having a family and balancing that and having a great relationship, hats off, because that takes a whole nother level, right? So what we want to do is embrace the power that you have and make sure that you can nail your things no matter what. And I struggled with depression, suicidal tendencies, porn addictions, all that stuff. So no matter what you go through, it's just a vibrational frequency and you can change it. Okay, that's it. It doesn't have to define you. Some of it today is going to fight your past thinking. And I want you to challenge that, show up with that feeling of, I'm ready to let go and I'm ready to step into a whole new, brand new year. That's going to be phenomenal. Not just for this moment, but for the rest of the year and continue the momentum. Now, let's dive into the new year, okay? To do this, we're going to do two things. We're going to go through things that you want and things that you don't want, okay? It's important to know what you don't want, but it's also important not to only focus on that, right? So for those positive thinkers that are like, I never think negative, you got to let go of that because you got to take out the trash. Let's dive in. So how this is going to work, I'm going to give you guys some writing prompts. We're going to do 4-minute rounds. Now, in these 4-minute rounds, we have about 7 topics to go through. The topics are going to be the following. We're going to go through number 1, and if you guys want to write these out, you can. So the first one we're going to go through is personal goals. These are things around like education, your capabilities, your personal power. So personal goals. Now, some of them will cross and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but these are going to be things that are going to help you get the triggers to write out what you need. First one's personal goals. Second one is health goals. And these are for you. Okay. You could include family members as well if you have time and do that. The third is going to be wealth goals. So wealth creation goals. The fourth is relationships, how you want to interact with others and how others interact with you. That could be, if you're married or if you want to be married or kids or whoever it is that you have a relationship to. The fifth one is going to be faith goals or spiritual goals. Some of you are different faith backgrounds, different spiritual, but we all have spiritual aspects to us. So these will be more of the spiritual goals, different things that you want. Next one's going to be travel and adventure. So anything that you want to like travel or do or have adventures with, new opportunities, that's going to be the sixth thing. And the seventh thing is time. Time, your interaction with time and how much time freedom you have, what you spend your time doing, kind of that piece. And the last piece is service. So there's actually eight pieces here. So here's what we're going to do. When I say begin, for 4 minutes, you're going to write out what you want this year and what you don't want this year. Now, for this to be the most powerful, you've got to be able to go there. I know exactly what I do not want. I also know exactly what I do want. I'm very clear on that. Some of you will be a little less clear because of fight-flight responses, and that's okay. This will help you get that clarity. All right. So let's begin. Okay. So some of you also, just to take note, if you're having trouble coming up with what you want or don't want, then start by think about like opening a door. If you're like, hey, what do you want beyond the door? And you're like, you know what? I don't even know. You know, it's hard for me to dream. It's hard for me to even imagine beyond getting past this closed door. Well, start by even just wanting or desiring to want to open the door. So there's times in my life where I'm like, man, I don't even want anything, right? Some of us have hit so many lows that it's like to want something just represents more failure and pain. So what I want you to do is give yourself permission to not compare to other people, meaning the desire could be this. What I want is just to feel like I'm excited to want something again. What I want is to feel like I have the energy and desire to dream again, to feel like it's okay to want, to be happy to want something, to feel like I have influence over the things that I desire and want. Make sense? So it's like looking at the door and saying, I just want to look at the handle of the door and not freak out and be like, I would like to open up the door someday and feel like it's exciting to open up the door. Some of you, the door is already wide open and you're like, dude, I want to go like 100,000 miles down the road. And that's okay too. Don't compare yourself. We've got people who are already crushing it in different areas of your life and some people who are really struggling. So be okay with looking at yourself and saying, this is actually what I want. It's not in comparison to anyone else, and it's okay to want it. Does that make sense to everybody? We cool? So good. Is that helpful? So that you can kind of think of how to think this through a little bit more? Yeah. So a goal doesn't have to be how you think it. Like, I'm going to make $10,000 in a month. That's like the goal, right? It could be like, hey, I actually want to be curious again and try new things. I want to dabble in something. I want to get some wins in some investments. I want to like don't think so linear in how the world might teach you. Give yourself permission to expand and say, hey, what do I actually want without judgment or fear? Hey, what's up? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to learn more about what you just experienced or watched, then in the description, I actually have written a book called The Alignment Effect. And in the book, we go in details of how to align and the power inside of you. So if you'd like to learn how to get results a lot faster and reprogram not just your mind, but your cellular memory, then check out the description and grab that book called Alignment Effect. It will completely alter how you think and live your life. Was it me? No, it was each and every one of you. So we all chose to do that. No one forced you. No one made you. You chose, which is freaking awesome.